I have my week 4 power rankings here in Germany, here for Oktoberfest. Special edition this week. Let's get right into it. Starting at number 32. It's the Titans going down 4 spots. I like Cam Ward. He looks like he has a lot of promise. I do think he'll be a great quarterback in this league. But the Titans, the rest of their team has not been very good this year. The defense has been playing better, but they didn't have a good week this week against the Colts. And a lot of that is the offense's fault, though. But this team's got to start winning some games if they want to move up. Titans right now are the worst in the team in my power rankings. Or worst in the league, sorry. All right, number 31 is the Saints. They got crushed this week, and they haven't been too great all year anyway. I did say last week they were exceeding my expectations, but this week they looked like the old Saints again. Let's see what they can do. Once again, like I've been saying, a lot of these teams at the bottom, Titans, Saints, and a couple more I'm going to name, they're going to be here for a lot of the year. All right, number 30 is the Jets. Justin Fields is out. They're going down another spot. They did have a close game with the Buccaneers, but some other teams did put up some better performances, so the Jets unfortunately moved down, but the Jets actually did have a good game versus the Buccaneers. Once Field comes back, they'll move back up. All right, number 29 is the Giants going down, sorry, 3 spots. And now they're putting in Jackson Dart. I do think he'll be a great quarterback for the Giants, but I don't know if he's going to be ready yet. For power rankings, that move is not going to put them up. Let's see how he does. I think it's a little early to put him in right now. Was Russ really playing that bad? I know the fans wanted Russ out. I think the big reason though is because Dable, this is his year or he's out. So he needs to start winning now. So I think he's got to look for someone to blame. But as of now, it's looking like it's more Dable's fault with all these quarterbacks struggling. At some point, you have so many quarterbacks struggling, it's not their fault, it's your fault. And if Dart struggles, Dable's obviously out. And if he struggles, it's not his fault at all, it's Dable. But I think he will be good for the Giants. All right, number 28 is the Bengals going down 5 more spots. They went down a lot last week. They're going to keep going down. Yeah, this team, without Joe Burrow, without my MVP last year, this team is really almost nothing. The defense is obviously horrendous. We know that. And yes, they do have those star offensive players, but when you can't get them the ball, obviously it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be a fun time. So the Bengals at number 28. All right, number 27 is the Dolphins going up a spot. They had a good game versus the Bills. Tua, once again, Tua turned the ball over. That's his name. That is him. I mean, that's not even like a rude thing to say. That's him. He's Tua turned the ball over. And he did it again. They had a chance to win, and he did it. Mike McDaniels had the offense looking good. Everybody was ready to go prove something out there, and Tua made a bad pass. The Dolphins they did move up, but they're staying towards the bottom of the league. All right, number 26 is the Patriots, actually moving up a spot in a loss, and they've still been looking extremely disappointing for me. Maybe it wasn't maybe they shouldn't have fired Mayo. Maybe they shouldn't have hired Vrabel. That's what it's looking like. I had high expectations for Vrabel coming in, but at some point, it can't take all season. All right, I know you got a lot of new pieces on that team, but the next couple weeks, if they don't get turned around by week 5, something really big's got to change because this cannot be happening for them. They should have been playing way better this year. They should not be regressing this season. All right, number 26 or number 25 is the Panthers, moving up 7 spots. What a game! What a surprising game. I don't even think there was any Panthers fans. I don't think there was a single Panthers fan that would have expected that. Even the crazy ones, they might have said, "Hey, we're gonna win today," in their head they're thinking they're gonna win by a touchdown or something. But I don't know if anyone truly believed in their hearts that is what the Panthers were gonna do this week to the Falcons. That was amazing, and they deserve it. They deserve to move up. I don't think they'll be able to keep playing like this, so they didn't move up too high. They didn't show me too much this week. It's only 1 week. As we get farther into the season, the past week, that week that just happened per every rankings is not going to move people as much. So now that we've had 3 weeks, that big win isn't going to move them as much. But they did still move 7 spots. And yeah, they deserve to move up. I don't think they'll be moving up too much more, but they deserved it. So number 25 for the Panthers. All right, for the Steelers, or number 24 is the Steelers. All right, up 1 spot. They got another win against a disappointing Patriots team, though. I really want to see this team play a good team, and they're gonna have a lot of competitive matchups this year in the AFC North. Without Joe Burrow, though, we're not gonna see as much of them versus good teams. But Yeah, they'll have the chance to prove themselves this year, but as of right now, they really haven't proved too much to me. Okay, number 23 is the Raiders going down 5 spots. If you're a Raiders fan, I feel sorry for you. This is a team I don't want to watch. This team is not fun. Geno Smith, it's not fun to watch him throw picks all the time. It's not fun to watch the team not know how to use GT. It's not fun to watch their offensive line. It's not fun to watch the Raiders. Raiders are number 23. Number 22 is the Broncos. They keep disappointing and disappointing and disappointing. I don't this is bad. It's not like the Patriots where they have a new coach and new receivers, new offensive line, second year quarter, or they do have a second year quarterback, but everything else is they should have improved. This is almost the same team as last year. They should have at least they didn't even have to improve, but they should have at least been the same or maybe a little bit worse. I would have taken that. But this is disappointing, really disappointing. They need to turn this around, just like the Patriots. They need to turn things around. Number 22. All right, number 21 is the Cardinals. Down a spot. They lost a very close game against the 49ers, and they didn't really. My thoughts about them didn't really change too much from this game. Number 20 is the 49ers. Same thing. They won that close game against the Cardinals. My thoughts on them didn't change too much. Once they get their players back, they'll move up, though. All right, number 19. It's the Falcons going down 9 spots. They made it to my top 10 last week, and I thought they were there to stay for a while. Obviously not. They got crushed. I think they will come back, but that was a really bad game. Bijan still went crazy. Seems like he always does. But that was terrible for the Falcons. Let's see if they can come back. All right, number 18 is the Cowboys going down 7 spots. I think I got too excited about the Cowboys. I think they were just about where I had them at the beginning of the season. I predicted them to go 7-10, and after that first week, I got excited. Second week, I was still kind of strong, and now I'm like, eh. So I'm not gonna overreact on the Cowboys now for a little bit. I'm gonna let them show me what they play. But as of right now, they're 18th, about the middle of the league. All right, number 17 is the Texans going down 5 spots. This team, week in, week out, has competitive games against good teams, but eventually you have to win a tight game. Okay, you don't get. I'm going to give you some respect for having tight games that could have gone either way against really good teams, especially like the Buccaneers. But eventually you have to be able to close out a game, and if you can't, you're not a good team. So number 17 is the Texans. Number 16, the team that beat the Texans, is the Jaguars, moving up 8 spots. A big incline, a big rise this week for the Jaguars after a big fall last week. This team can be great. I know they can. It's all in Trevor Lawrence's hands. That's why I had him on my plank and my NFL on the plank video. He's on the plank this year. He might be thrown off into the water or he might be pulled back in, and all he needs to do is have an okay season. This Jaguars team is solid all the way around. I've been saying it all before the season, all throughout the season. This Jaguars team is really solid. It's all on Trevor Lawrence to take this team to that next level. All right, number 15 is the Browns, going up 7 spots for beating my number 1 team in my power rankings last 2 weeks in a row. I had the Packers in my number 1 spot. I'm a Browns fan. I was not expecting that win. I was very excited. But I will say, we have consistently been disrespected with our defense. This defense is obviously a top 5 defense in the league, maybe the best defense in the league. So the defense is there to have games like that, even against great teams like the Packers. We saw it against the Bengals in week 1 when they still had Burrow. But if you watch that game, even if you saw the score, you don't have to watch that game. You can see the Browns' offense was really bad. And that wasn't because the Packers have this amazing defense. They do, but it's because the Browns' offense is terrible. And if they're going to want to be a great team and move even farther up my rankings, where I want them to be in the top 10, this offense needs to really turn things around, because if they don't, they're going to drop back down. They're not going to stay at 15. They're going to drop back down because they're not going to have that type of week every week. They're not going to get a win like that consistently against good teams when their offense plays so poorly. It looks like it might be time for one of the rookies to step in. All right, number 14 is the Bears, going up 3 spots. Good win against the Cowboys. Now everyone's back on the Caleb Williams train. I told you, don't overreact. I told you he'll be a good quarterback in this league. Now everybody's back. Stop overreacting too much. Caleb Williams is a good quarterback. He will be a good quarterback. Give him some time. Give the Bears some time. They're going to be a good team this year, all right? All right, number 13, is the Vikings, up 3 spots. These teams have consistently been close in my power rankings, the Bears and the Vikings. But The Vikings got a huge win this week. I love to see that. It was pretty fun to watch. But like I said, without Joe Burrow, without the last year, the MVP for me, this Bengals team is really nothing. And the Vikings need to show more against great teams to move up these rankings. Number 12 is the Seahawks, going up 2 spots. They're playing well. They keep showing it week in, week out. They destroyed the Saints this week. This is a good team from the Seahawks. Let's see what they can do. Obviously, they're a playoff contender, a real playoff contender. And Sam Darnold, he has proven himself now. It's no longer, hey, he had that 1 year and let's see what he can do. He's a good quarterback in this league. He's not a great quarterback, but he's a good quarterback, and he's a quarterback that you can make the playoffs with. Number 11 is the Colts, going up 4 spots. They continue to exceed by far my expectations that I had for them preseason. I stopped disrespecting them last week. I had them at 15, but they keep winning. And this is a special team. This is a great team. Daniel Jones keeps playing well. If he can play like this and can keep playing well throughout the season, this is where the team is going to be. Let's see if he can. Let's see if it's just a few game thing or if he can. I vote that he can continue to play well. I do think he will continue to play well. I think he's got a lot of confidence back, and that's obviously been great for him. And I think the Colts won't. I don't think they'll be a top 10 team at the end of this season and as the season goes on. But I think they will continue to be at least top half of the league. All right, number 10 is the Commanders, going down 1 spot. They got the win, but there's just too many other good teams to put above them, especially with Jaden Daniels out. Once he comes back, they will move up, but it's more about there's so many good teams in this top 10, they couldn't move up farther than 10. Number 9 is the Packers, going down 8 spots. They lost to my Browns. Like I said, the Browns have a top 5 defense and maybe the best defense in the league, but that was a bad game. You just can't lose that game to an 0-2 team, to a team that got beat 47-10 by the Ravens, and then you lose the game. So that's not a number one team thing to do. They're still a top 10 team, but they need to focus week on week, week by week. As LaFleur was saying, they're focusing too much on being undefeated. They're focusing on the Super Bowl already. They need to focus week by week, and this team might be able to make it back up into my number 1 spot. All right, number 8 is the Ravens, going down 4 spots. Reminding me of the Texans. This team is obviously, of course, we all know it. They're one of the best teams in the NFL. But if you can't win close games, you're not gonna be one of the top 5. So now they're at 8. They can make it back up there, but this is not a new problem. They have consistently, year over year, had problems in close games, and it comes down to Harbaugh. Harbaugh is really, he's on the plank for me too. I named him also in my on the plank video. If they don't start winning these close games, he needs to be out because this team is consistently great, but they just lose against close games against the Bills, the Chiefs, the Lions. We see them losing against teams like this, and it's always close. They have to be able to close out these games. All right, number 7 is the Buccaneers, going up 1 spot. Close game versus the Jets, but this team continues to win, continues to show out. Yes, very. Mike Evans is out now, but Godwin's coming back soon, and Agbuka, he's playing amazing. My Ohio State wide receiver, but he's really stepping up. Baker loves him, and Buccaneers are number 7. Number 6 is the Chiefs, going down a spot. This team, you got Travis Kelce yelling again. I just talked about this in my last video. Why is this guy I want to know, what has Taylor Swift done to this guy? Maybe she doesn't. I don't know if she doesn't clean or she doesn't cook, or I don't know if she's yelling at him when he gets home. I don't know if he makes her go shopping with him every day. I don't know what she does to this guy. He's always mad. I don't know, like there's something's off about this. He's yelling every single game. What this guy needs he needs some anger pills or something. Yeah, this is weird. And the rest of the team needs to fix their mentality also. Except for Mahomes, he's consistently just a winner, and he's still the best quarterback in the league. Don't forget it. He is the best quarterback in the league. Don't try to take him down from that spot. But the defense continues to play well, and Mahomes continues to carry that offense. The receivers will be back soon, and they might move up even more. But it's gonna be tough for them this year. It's hard to go to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row, especially when you got Travis Kelce going crazy apparently. All right, number 5 is the Lions, going up 8 spots. All right, this is where we kind of thought they would be around this area before the season. They had to work their way back up after that big Week 1 loss, but they're here now. Great win from the Lions. Great day from the offense. What that running back duo is, it's pretty astounding. You don't really see anything like that. I don't remember. I'm trying to think. I feel like there has been a couple duos of this caliber um, in the last 10 or so years, but off the top of my head, I can't name any. So I don't know if I would say they're the best running back duo I've ever seen, but they're definitely at least up there because I can't think of any right now off the top of my head that are better than them. Number 4 is the Chargers, going up 2 spots. This team continues to win, and I'm not gonna take them down. They're continuing to win, continuing to play well. I wouldn't be surprised if they're cheating a little bit. Harbaugh, he has his history of cheating, been 10 years from college football, so I wouldn't be surprised. They're 3-0. Who would have thought that? But this is a very good team. You're good when you got people thinking you might be cheating. So this is a very good team. They deserve to be up here in the 4th spot. Justin Herbert, he's playing well. And we know he's going to do this. Every year he plays well in the regular season. For this team, it's going to be about what they do in the playoffs. But it does really matter what they do in the regular season when it comes to who they play in that Week 1 matchup. Because we've seen them come out bad in the playoffs. So if they can come out versus one of the worst teams in the playoffs, which would still be a good team, but one of the worst teams in the playoffs, and get a little bit of a lighter matchup, that would really benefit them. So the Chargers need to keep winning as much as they can and get high up in the rankings as they can because they've been very slow in the playoffs. Number 3 is the Bills, going down a spot. The Bills, they're amazing. They moved down because some other teams have been playing better, but the Bills, Josh Allen continues to be just one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen. He is one of the best quarterbacks the NFL has ever had, and this team, they share it all around through everybody, kind of like the Packers, kind of like the Ravens too. They just share it all around, kind of like the Chiefs as well. We see a lot of great teams lately that don't really have to force it to one guy. They spread it all around, and the quarterback does so much for them. And when you have Josh Allen, yeah, you're pretty much set. All right, so the Bills are kind of like the Bengals. Without Josh Allen, I don't know. The Bills might be 25 or something, but when you have Josh Allen, you get a number 3 overall team in the league. Number 2 is the Rams, going up 5 spots. They're a field goal away from beating the Eagles, and the Eagles made a big play blocking that field goal, but 9 times out of 10, let's just say it, that doesn't get blocked. And then let's say 7 out of 10, something like that. The kicker's going to be nervous, so he might miss 3 of them, right? But 7 out of 10 times, they win that game. They didn't, so they don't move up to the 1 spot, but they showed out really well, and they've been playing great all season. They played great last year. We know how good the players on their team are, and they've been clicking. Stafford has been playing amazing with Devontae Adams. The defense continues to shine, so this team's at number 2, and they deserve it. And then number 1, the Philadelphia Eagles, the champions. Maybe you've had them at number 1 in your rankings all year, and I can respect that. They've now, I don't know what's happening here in Germany. Something's going crazy at Oktoberfest apparently, but now the Eagles are back up to that 1 spot in my power rankings, and they deserve it. They've played well all year. They've consistently beaten good teams this season. They've been close games, not any blowouts for the Eagles, but they keep winning. They showed you the first 2 games that they can run the ball. They can win running it, and now they showed you that they can win it by passing the ball. Smith got involved. A.J. Brown got really involved. So great game from Jalen Hurts, great game from the team. And yes, they've still been false starting on those tush pushes. And yes, I would like to see that go away. But as of now, they're the number 1 team in the league. And even if they didn't have those tush pushes, they would be still very high up here. And they still might even be number 1. We have to see what they're going to be like once that play is refereed a little better. Thank you so much for supporting the Sandbar Playbook. My name is Aidan Agizio. If you want to watch another video, you can click here. If you want to subscribe, you can click right here. So thank you so much. Make sure you comment what you thought, like, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time.